All right, let us look into optional binding. What is optional binding, first of all? Okay, so let us look into this. You use optional binding to find out whether an optional value contains a value. But then, didn't we do this before? Didn't we use that exclamation point to check? What is the difference now? Whether an optional value contains a value. If so, to make that value available as a temporary constant or variable, optional binding can be used with if and while statements to check for a value inside an optional and to extract that value into a constant or variable as part of a single action. If and while statements are prescribed in more details, are described in more details. Okay, we'll see where that follows. Write an optional binding for an if statement as follows. Cool. So let's see. If let constant name is equal to some option. In other words, if we are able to assign some optional into a constant name, then the statement that went to it. Okay, let's see how it goes. You can write the possible number example from the optional section to use optional binding rather than forced unwrapping. Okay, in we were using forced unwrapping to extract the value out of an optional. So now it seems like this is something similar to that. Pretty much, I think the goal here, we are extracting or we are finding a value within an optional. Let's see. If let actual number, okay, we here by the way. If let optional number is equal to int possible number print the string possible number has a value, else the string positive could not be converted in integer. Prints pretty much the following statement prints the string 123 has an integer value of 123. Okay. So that means this assignment here can be evaluated into a Boolean value, into a true or false. In other words, if this is not able to assign the number here, it returns a false. If it is able to assign a number, it returns a true. That's what we see. This code can be read as if the optional int returned by int contains a value, set a new constant called actual number to the value contained in the optional. That's what we see there. If the conversion is successful, the natural number if the value is successful, the actual number constant becomes available for use within the first branch of the if statement. It has already been initialized with the value contained within the optional, and so you don't use the not suffix to access its value. In this example, actual number is simply used to print the result of the conversion. If you don't need to refer to the original optional constant or variable after accessing the value it contains, you can use the same name for the new constant or variable. This code starts by checking whether my number contains a value. Just like the code in the previous example, if my number has a value, the value of a new constant named my number is set to that value.